Welcome to another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. And today I'm so excited to have on, again, a 31-year-old from Manchester, England. He returns to the shed a legend after episode 356. He is also a big fan of the chocolatey Manchester Storm like myself, and was just invited back to the shelter, similar to the last time we spoke. Since that chat, he went the distance and dug down deep to earn another belt. He is currently the European and Commonwealth Champion. Winning is fun. He is now set to head to Saudi Arabia to see who is the best in the world and run amok and bring back the IBF world title to Manchester, England. Welcome back to the shed, Jack Massey.
Thanks for having me again. Good to be back.
Hey, thanks for making the time for me. I know you're a busy
Yeah,
boy. You're
no
getting ready
problem.
for a fight, a big one.
Yeah, a big one, a huge one. Doesn't get any bigger.
Not really, not when you're fighting for a world championship.
No, that's it. So yeah, really looking forward to it. First fight overseas as well, over in Saudi Arabia. So yeah, looking forward to it. Be a good experience.
It will be. And so how, because you'd probably have to get adjusted time-wise, maybe climate-wise,
Yeah,
before the fight. So when do you go to Saudi Arabia?
yeah, definitely. So we're going to get out there 2 weeks before the fight, just climatize and obviously traveling. Time differences, all that takes out here. So get there 2 weeks before, get settled in, and then yeah, we'll be training, at different times, and yeah, and then preparing for the big one.
For the big one. So this is some Australian fella you're fighting, eh?
That's right. Yeah, yeah. So he,
Research team was hot.
yeah, Jai Opetaia he's called. He currently holds the IBF and the Ring magazine belt. He's probably the top of the cruiserweight division. He's the man to beat. He's the man that everyone is fearing and don't want to get in the ring with. But it's
But
going to
you
be a
can't
tough match.
wait. I
No,
can't.
that's it.
How fun
It's
would it be to shock the world then, right?
oh, absolutely, absolutely. I've been called the underdog going into this fight, but I've been called that many times in my career, and we've pulled it off. But it's going to be a tough night in the office, but I'm more than confident we can pull this off.
I agree, and I would just be proud as punch over here in my shed. I actually was watching, like, once I got to know you, and that's what I love about doing this is when I get to know people, then I'm like their fan. And I
Yeah,
saw what your last fight. I saw the highlights. I saw the anticipation leading up to it. That guy
yeah,
was trying to get up in your kitchen and cook pancakes, and you're like, dude, get out of my face.
yeah, definitely. He was, yeah, with the press conferences and the head
He's
to heads
real
and stuff.
showman, eh?
Yeah, he was try to get under my skin, try to wind me up a little bit, but yeah, he yeah, doesn't work with me. Doesn't work.
So it was like you went the distance. That must be tiring in your
Yeah,
world, in
definitely.
your office.
It was tiring, but I finished strong. Finished strong in the 11th and 12th rounds. So I think that's what made the fight in my favour. So yeah, it was a good fight. It was sometimes I like being in these tough fights.
The dog fights, not just sometimes
Entertaining
it's
fights,
fun
yeah.
probably to knock guys out, but sometimes it's fun to test yourself, right?
Yeah, definitely, and it's yeah, I like to entertain as well, so that's what it's all about.
Where was that fight?
That was Selhurst Park in London.
Looks like there was a lot of fans there to watch you box.
Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, it was big. First stadium fight as well. So open air football stadium. That was the first. So yeah, it
So
was.
for the folks that maybe didn't listen to us talk last time, though, I just think it's so cool, your story, and that now you're fighting for a world championship is like you were a scaffolder for years, right?
Well, yeah, my
For
brother.
a year.
Yeah. I did a bit with my brother. Helped my brother out. But yeah, I started off. Well, I started off in. They're actually an American company. They're called Frodo. They make brake pads. That's where my dad works. My dad's currently been there 40 years this year, so he's doing a life sentence there. Um, doing bird as they call it. But yeah, I started off working there. That was sort of my first job, and doing sort of labouring for bricklayers, plasterers, blah blah blah. and then I went on to do kitchen tops, polishing kitchen tops, and then labouring for my brother as well, scaffolding, and so
And like you were a professional boxer, then you didn't get a fight for like a year, right? And then you were having
that's it.
you had to make some money.
Yeah. So yeah, I had to go. Obviously, I was getting looked after. I had sponsors helping me out, helping me train full time, and then yeah, we had to have a year out because of contract issues, blah blah blah. Won't go into it too much, but
No, but those problems aren't happening now, eh?
yeah, no, that's it. So yeah, we had to get back on the job when I was helping my brother out, labouring for him on the scaffolding site, freezing cold, and yeah, got a phone call for a big fight with Joseph Parker up
Mm-hmm.
at heavyweight, and it was I'm a cruiserweight. It's a big jump up to heavyweight, but we liked the idea of it, and yeah, we took the fight, and we didn't do too bad. We stuck in there for 10 rounds and give it my all. Didn't get the decision, but if you look at what Joseph Parker's gone on to do now, it's quite an achievement.
It really, and working against a heavyweight and a really good
Yeah,
one. And I mean, some people, they bite off more than they can chew, but you keep taking big bites and being able to chew it, eh?
yeah, that's it. Definitely.
Well, I mean, I'm pumped up for your fight. So I know when I'm getting ready for hockey, even coaching now kids, when we were going into like the final games to like win stuff, my
Yeah.
eyes don't work. And sometimes it starts like the day before, my eyes stop working right and I get all crooked. When does your flip switch?
That's called the eye of the tiger. That.
My eyes get right messed up. I get all weird when it's a big game.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm like, as soon as I start training camp, whenever you get the date, the fight date, it's like, yeah, it's game
Game
on,
on, game on.
game on. Just change altogether. Sometimes my missus says I'm a little bit glitchy, a little bit, you know what I mean?
And this is what's so cool for me is that I get to actually talk to you and then I get to see you fight for world championship and that like
Yeah,
you're preparing for this fight and you still have time to laugh and talk to me.
yeah, absolutely. It's I enjoy it. I
me,
enjoy it,
me
and
too.
you've had me on before, and I appreciate it, and I like talking hockey and stuff. So
Well, I got
yeah,
my fancy shoes on today. Like I'm in the office, working away today. And then like they're like, why are you taking your laptop for lunch? I'm like, I'm going to talk to a guy that's going to fight for the world championships in boxing. So I'm going to go take lunch and I'll be right back.
I love that. Love
And
it.
that's running amok when you can do both, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
So since last time we talked, and because I'm so creepy on social media, you got hitched. You got
Got
married.
hit.
Married.
Yeah. That's an
That's when I
American
was trying to
sport.
lure you back into the shed the first time was when you just won the European and Commonwealth belts, and I was like, "Well, we need to talk again." But then
Yeah,
you went on quite the honeymoon, eh?
yeah. So it's been a busy year. Yeah, we picked up those two belts, and then got married. That was coming up for 3 weeks ago on Thursday. So yeah, it was an amazing day. We had it planned for nearly 2 years. So yeah, that's all that stressful planning and stuff. But yeah, it was
You got a lot going
absolutely,
on, dude.
absolutely amazing day though. It was brilliant. It was amazing. I loved it.
And then your honeymoon, did you go to Italy? Were you in the Cinque
No,
Terre?
so that no,
No.
we went to Italy. Yeah, so we went to Sicily after the fight, after the
Oh,
European Commonwealth fight. But yeah, we're gonna have to postpone the honeymoon, obviously with this big fight coming up next.
oh
So
yeah.
yeah, we'll get the fight out of the way, and then we'll look to book something for the honeymoon.
Yeah, you got to work hard before you play hard, right?
That's it.
So I don't know what questions I really need to ask him because I don't know what I asked last time. But do you have like a pregame or a pre-fight meal that you always eat before a fight?
Yes, to be honest, it's usually a Nando's, and it's quite a
Ah,
lot of
cheeky Nando's.
cheeky Nando's. Quite a lot of boxers, especially UK fighters. It's usually a Nando's straight after the weigh-in. on the Friday before the fight, big fight on the Saturday. It's usually a Nando's.
So Nando's is
But
like a half chicken, or what are we talking here?
yeah, I'd probably have like a half chicken rice, peas, or coleslaw and all that. So
Yeah. So do you, when you got time of weigh-ins, do you have to cut weight to get to it?
only a small amount. I don't really struggle too much, which is, it's a massive advantage. It's a lot of these guys, you've seen, some of the.
Deplete themselves, right?
Oh yeah, I think MMA is just another level. But yeah, so some of the guys what I train with have to really cut down, and it's just like they tell you how much they've got to lose a few days or a couple of days before. It's just like wow.
Yeah. And then
But
have to
yeah,
turn around and fight right after, eh?
that's it. Yeah, but when I'm training, it sort of comes down naturally, and yeah, probably on the day of the fight, I'll probably a couple of pound over in the morning, and it'll just come off naturally
Yep.
over the course of the day, and then I'll be on fight weight. So
Well, it
don't have
ain't
to
your
struggle,
first
which is a
rodeo
massive
doing
thing.
this, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Um, so the other thing I got, which I had to cut weight every summer as a hockey player. When I played in Germany, I would show up in fit and ripped, and then the
Yeah.
food in Germany was so good and the
Oh
beer was
yeah.
so good, come the end of playoffs, I
Yeah.
might have a little paunch on me again. And
Wow.
then, to make them happy again, I'd have to cut weight in the summer before I show back up and got fat again.
I don't blame you. I do love it over in Germany. It's obviously the beer and the food. Yeah, it's really good.
It's a fun time. You've been to a beer tent in Germany? Because I've never felt more like myself than when I get in one of those.
Yeah, I went to when I was about 19. My first time. Oh no, it wasn't my first time in Germany, but I think it was the first time I could drink over there because I played hockey in Germany. But we went to Munich and we went to the is it Hofbrauhaus?
Hofbrauhaus. Yep. I've been there.
Yeah, yeah, amazing place. They got
It
all the
really
umpire bands,
is.
yeah, umpire bands and nice food and music and stuff, and the beers were lovely.
Yeah.
But
When I played in Landshut, we were only 30 minutes from there. So I
oh
stopped
really?
by.
Yeah.
I stopped by a couple times.
I can't believe how well the beers go down there. You look at it like Jesus Christ, that was massive, but it just goes down.
Well, when they start playing the music and you get standing on tables and smashing your pints together, and
Yeah,
then it's like, oh, that beer's gone too.
yeah.
Oh, wait, now my balance doesn't work. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, it's good fun. It's good fun.
It is good fun.
I'll have to get back there one day.
So we'll stick with boxing right now, though. Is research team was hot. It says this is the first southpaw you fought.
First Southpaw, yes, yes.
So I know in
Uh,
hockey that changes things, because in hockey, when it's a righty against a lefty, sometimes they just start throwing them back and forth, you know?
yeah, yeah. It's a little bit more awkward. Um, I've sparred Southpaws, throughout my career, but haven't met one in the professional ranks. But have come across two in my amateur days. But luckily, I knocked one of them out in the in the second round. I think it was. But
So then
yeah,
for
a little
training
bit.
camp, you'd probably want to get lefties in, right? So you'd probably be looking
Yeah,
around to
definitely.
find lefties to
Yeah,
practice against.
so the sparring preparation. They're all southpaws, so lefties. So yeah, it's they're a little bit more tricky, but once you sort of
You,
get under it
it's
and
just a different game, right? The
yeah,
game's
it's
just a
just
little different.
adaptive.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a few little changes and adapted, and
So then when
yeah,
you go over to Saudi Arabia and you got 2 weeks still to train, do you bring guys to train with? Are you bringing like a team?
yeah. So Joe, my trainer, so he travels out there every now and then. So he's the head coach at it's called the Mike Tyson gym in Riyadh. So that's where we'll be fighting and staying. So there's people in that gym what are already over there, what we'll be using for sparring. So which is very handy, and we've also got that gym to use as well. So yeah, we've got it all there. It's
You're ready to go.
uh, yeah, that's it. So it's yeah, we're lucky really that he's the head of that gym, and we've got all the facilities there to use as well. So it's yeah, it's good.
I guess like I'm just picturing when like there's regular season hockey games, then there's like playoff hockey games, then there's like game 7 for the championship games where like um when you're standing there getting ready for the game, like it is different. Um
Yeah,
this is different than like when you were boxing amateur, right?
yeah. This is very different. I mean, it's very different to my previous professional fights as well. It's like, it's life
It's
changing
game
stuff.
on.
Oh, it's life changing. It's life changing. You
It is.
I mean,
I love it.
yeah, it is seriously. So yeah, we win this fight. It's sort of like, you know, sort of make your family's life. Do you know what I mean? It's
I do know what you mean.
yeah,
Yeah.
writing your own checks.
Yeah, like yeah, you wouldn't you'd
Oh
be
yeah,
no reason to be stressed out, right?
no, that's it. That's it. But
And
that's
nobody
what it's
needs
all
stress in
about.
life, right? Living is for
No,
living.
no, that's it.
Work hard and play hard, right?
Yeah.
So other ways we know each other though, sad for me, because when we met, you were dropping the puck and Critch is taking the face off, and he's got my Two Ales and Hockey Tales logo right above his name.
Yeah.
Then I just saw you drop the puck again. My logo is not on that jersey, and it just doesn't look the
Oh.
same, you know? It made me sad.
You'll have to get it again. Get it
Well,
on there again.
he ran such a muck last year. I got priced out of the market. The big money came into town
Oh,
and said we want Critch, and it's like,
oh,
sorry,
oh.
Wally, like you're not the sponsor anymore. But it's like a shed boost. It's like I sponsor him, and then he did so well that I got priced out of the market. I am really proud of him.
Yeah, well, at least you got your badge on him
Right.
last season. So yeah,
And
that's good.
Finner just told me he is sending me the jersey signed by Critch, and I get to put
Oh
it up
no
back
way.
there. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
it is cool because it was the first podcast in the world to sponsor a pro hockey player, and I thought that was pretty cool.
No way.
Yeah,
That's a record.
yeah. So you did just go back to the storm shelter. Was it a chocolate storm when you were there, or did they lose?
It was, yeah, it was. I didn't think it was at first, and then yeah, it all came raining over the boards. So yeah, I was. If I didn't have a fight coming up and I wasn't eating clean, I would have sneaked a
You would
few,
have got
few
involved, eh?
sneaked a few chocolate bars, but
Isn't that neat though that started from me talking to Critch in my shed?
crazy,
It
mad.
is crazy.
Uh,
Like that's about as fun as it gets in life. When I get,
yeah,
I haven't been to the storm shelter except to do a pregame speech once and then play for the Cardiff Devils once. And now that's a hockey tradition in Manchester, England, from talking in my shed is
that's
mind
cool.
blowing. It's like
Yeah,
fighting
that's
for a world
cool.
championship in boxing,
That's it.
right? Chocolate is my world championship.
I'm a sucker for chocolate as well. Sucker for chocolate.
So if you won the world championship, what kind of chocolate would you want?
I love a Toblerone. Have you ever had
Oh,
Toblerone?
I've had Toblerone. Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
I love a
holiday
Toblerone.
tradition.
Yeah, I love it.
Those are good bars. Um,
Yeah,
well, if you win the title, I'll send you a big Toblerone, okay?
appreciate that.
there,
Appreciate it.
there's been some pretty neat stuff going on in the shed. I got Swanky, a fella I had on in New Zealand, sent me a care package from New Zealand. And
All
then
right.
I just got sent bracelets from Cardiff with Two Ales and
Oh,
Hockey Tails
nice.
bracelets. And there's a lot of nice folks out there,
Oh, nice, nice. I'll have to send you a pair of shorts you can put up in the shed.
Please. Seriously, I want to make this the coolest shed in the world, and I
Yeah,
would love your shorts in my shed.
yeah. I'll get some sent over to you. No problem.
Seriously, that makes my day. I'll put him right beside Critch's jersey. Fun
Yeah,
is
that'll be
fun.
cool. That'll be cool.
Manchester has had my back. And that you make the time for me and that all the Storm guys. So you just went back there. So they had a good game. Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was good. And a good omen, I suppose. A 5-1 defeat, and it was good to. I took my mum and dad along this time as well, and my mum and
Who are they
dad.
playing?
They was playing Guildford. So yeah, it was good to take my mum and dad along because my mum and dad haven't been watching. They haven't seen Manchester Storm play since probably early 2000s when they used to play at the MBN Arena, Manchester Arena in Manchester. So my dad's really got the bug again. I could tell. I was just watching him whilst the game was on. He was well into it.
That's
So
awesome because
he's
he did grow up a hockey dad, right? When you were playing.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, so he's got the bug again.
That's awesome to hear.
Yeah,
It
and my
was like
mum as
when I
well.
lost the hockey bug for years, and then once I got it back, I got bit big time this time.
Yeah.
Coaching kids and this, it's and do it chatting in my shed and coaching kids. I'm like, wow, I love hockey more than even when I played.
Yeah, yeah, I've got the bug as well again, and yeah, it's good to get down there and watch again. And my mum can remember all the old chants and stuff, which is quite funny.
That is cool.
Yeah,
And the other, wow, what was I gonna say? I forget. Was so Lee Hudson is a fan of the Storm. He was the original person from Manchester I had on because he started following along, and I'm like, well, I'll chat to someone from Manchester. And then
right.
he gave me some his history and whatnot. We got to know each other. Great dude.
Yeah.
He said he was sitting in the stands right by you, didn't realize it was you until he saw your belts, and he couldn't believe how close he was sitting to you. But he said there was a bit of a wanker in the area. Was there?
Oh, was that the last game?
Yeah, I heard that he
Oh.
said there was a fan that was a bit of a donkey. He said to
Yeah, that's
ask you
quite
about
funny.
this some fan that was
Yeah, I
a
think
bit into it.
yeah, I think this guy I think he'd had a few drinks. Well, it looked like he'd had a few drinks before he even got to the game, to be honest. But
And he
you know,
maybe wasn't a happy drunk.
he was I think he was catcalling the not catcalling, sorry, what do you call it? He was baiting the other keeper, the Guildford keeper, and shouting stuff at him. I don't know what he was shouting, but yeah, I think him and his partner looked a little bit drunk, and I think then he got told off a couple of times. But each to their own.
Well, what I think's neat that you're fighting for this title is every time your names came up or I post that you're going to come on is how many times I've been written to saying what a great family you guys have. Like not just you, but your parents too, and your brother.
Oh, appreciate
Hey, I didn't say it. I'm just telling you what other people said.
it. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Well, I think it's neat though, because I like when the good people win stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
It's more fun. So, what time of day in Saudi Arabia are you going to be fighting?
Possibly, I think around 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. I'm not sure what the actual time difference is there. I think it might be 3 hours ahead of
To the
UK time.
UK. So
Possibly, I might be wrong. I might just be telling lies there, but I'm not too sure yet. I'll have to look
yeah,
into
I'm a day-to-day type of a guy too.
it.
So what is a regular day right now? You're a month out right now, right? You're a month out from
Yeah,
this. So
yeah,
does it continue to ramp up, or are we like
yeah.
full
Ramps
go
up.
every day?
Yeah, really sort of like each week sort of ramps up, and then the
Yeah.
week before the fight is back off week. So that's when it sort of comes down. You're not going to get any fitter. So it sort of comes down, and you just sort of tick over, as they call it.
Get your
Tick
rest in
over.
then.
Yeah, and then ready to go on fight night.
Oh,
So yeah, it's really hard work at the minute. Really
I
hard work.
so like what's a typical day then? You got to do like is it hitting bags, then you got to spar, then you got to lift
Yeah,
weights, then
so
you got to conditioning or like what's a day like?
yeah, pretty much. So yesterday I'll be sparring in the morning. So we're doing 8 rounds, and then I'll be on the bikes for two, and then on the pads for two, and then you'll do all your ab workouts and all your floor work, as they call it.
Ab
Um,
workouts, that's what I'm
yeah.
forgetting. God, I haven't done one of those in a while.
And then you'll rest through the day, and then we'll do another session at night, which we're on the track at the minute. On the track doing 800 meters, so we'll do
Oh,
eight.
puke. I hate that
Yeah,
shit.
hate
Oh,
running, hate running.
oh, it's the worst. Oh,
It's one thing I hate.
oh,
I
especially when you're
absolutely
5'8" and a little fat. I mean, then you
hate
get
it.
running around the 6'4" tall, skinny guys, and you're like, you guys are
Well,
assholes.
I don't know, man. I'm like a big cart horse.
Yeah, yeah, you're a thick 6'4" guy. 5'8", like
Yeah,
when I went to Germany, man, the Julys you'd go there, they didn't even have ice in the arena yet, and they make you go the whole month of July and just be track stars. And I am no track
yeah,
star.
really.
Oh,
No,
terrible.
no, I hate it. I like the short stuff. I'm really good at 100 meters, but yeah, anything over that. So yeah, we're on. You got to do 800 meters under 3 minutes, and it's yeah, it's tough.
800 meters?
800 meters under 3 minutes. It's yeah,
Under 3 minutes. That's the
not that
90-second lap. So
not
when I
bad.
was a hockey player, they tried to make me do 2 miles in 12 minutes. So that's the same
Right.
pace, but that's for 8 laps. I could
Yeah.
not do it. I could not keep that pace. And I'm sorry. I did my best.
Fair play.
So anywho, what else do I got here? You have been busy though. This is 3 fights in 1 year. Is that your busiest year so far as a
Yeah, it
professional?
is. Yeah. Which
Yeah,
is good.
when you're getting fights like this, it's time to rock and roll, and like it's not you haven't been getting hurt in your fights because you've been winning them, right?
Yeah, that's it, definitely. And it's good to be consistent and keep the ball rolling. And
When the ball's
coming off,
rolling, it's
coming
rolling.
off that coming off that last big fight, it's really put me in good stead for this one. Good solid 12 rounds, tough fight. It's blown the ring rust off, as they say, and
You got your
yeah,
reps in.
yeah, that's it. Got the reps in.
Well, that was a big win for you. What's the celebration like when you win a belt? Do you
Oh, it's
do you do it like when I win trophies in hockey?
yeah, big celebration.
Yeah,
plenty of
I
plenty of beers,
understand.
plenty of beers, plenty of beers, and plenty of food.
So what did you do after winning then? You won in London, so you go out in London that night and then
Yeah, we
head
stayed
back
down there.
home?
We stayed in a hotel actually. We just had a party in a hotel. Hotel stayed, kept its bar open for quite a while, and I think we drank the place dry. We had to shut off. Finished shut about 3 a.m. It was a 24-hour hotel, but yeah, I think they had to shut because we drank the place dry.
Uh, when the Cardiff Devils won the Challenge Cup in 2015 in Sheffield, something similar happened with the team
Yeah.
of hockey players, and for some reason they are not allowed back in that hotel. I don't know why. I don't think it was my fault.
Could have been. Never, who knows?
Sorry, Devils. I was just winning. I was just having fun. Well, let's see here. So sponsors. So how does this work with boxing? So does your agent take care of finding sponsors for you and you just have to fight?
Yeah, so I've got a guy who looks after that side of things, getting me sponsors, and luckily I've had quite a few local sponsors who are local to me, either family friends or sort of know me from being a local lad growing up, who are helping me out, and they've
Because they're
I've got
proud of you and where you're from.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing, and they've been looking after me since probably the start of my professional career, which is great. It's
I do know
yeah,
what you mean.
it's really good. It's people got time for you and help you out. It's amazing.
You appreciate them, and it's like my director of shed marketing. I don't have anybody calling around getting sponsors for me. I just have Jake in Manchester that gets the chocolate started. He gets the ball rolling,
Yeah.
I don't know if you would have met him at the game, but he's a pretty big celebrity in the storm shelter.
Yeah.
Jake, he's a beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's had my back through the whole thing. And then last season at one of the games for his birthday, they put up a picture of him and said happy birthday to the director of shed marketing with my logo up on the big screen. And I was like, oh my God, this is so hockey.
That's cool.
So after this fight, after you win this one, obviously it'll be party time. And then
Yeah.
would you be like, then do you start thinking about the next fight right away? Or like, do
Yeah,
you take a break and like be like,
yeah,
okay, I just did it.
yeah, definitely. We've got to enjoy it, and we'll get the honeymoon booked. So
Oh, right. Yeah. That's
yeah,
on the
definitely.
to-do list.
So that'll be that'll be a party celebration as well.
I
Uh,
I think this is all lining up. It's like, so you go to the storm shelter, then the shed, then you win a belt,
yeah.
then you go on vacation, then you come back to the storm shelter, back to the shed, win
Back to
another
the show.
belt, then
Yeah,
vacation again.
it's written in the stars.
Isn't it fun when things work out?
Yeah.
The other way we knew each other though, and I think this was part of how I got you in the shed in the first place, was you
Yeah,
knew Rob Smith from
that's it. Yeah,
And
Yes.
he's running amok with this Andy's Men's Club, helping men with whatever in the UK, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. So he messaged me. Did he message me before I come on, or did you get him to message me? Possibly, I can't
I think
remember
he
now.
offered to message you because I mentioned when
Yeah,
I put the picture up of you dropping a puck with, and I saw Critch's jersey with the logo. And I'm like, well, that'd be cool to talk to that guy.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then he
yeah.
wrote to
So
me and said, oh, he's a shed guy.
yeah, yeah. So he messaged me on Instagram. Like, yeah, which is cool. And then yeah, here we are.
It's a small world when you get talking around how many
It
people
is.
know each other. It's like I post
It
stuff and then people write to me like, I know him from here. I saw him there. And I'm like, what?
is. Especially the hockey world. It's so yeah, it's a small world. It's
So have you strapped on the skates at all?
I've not no. So
The Storm still haven't had you out for a practice? They just let you drop
no, because
pucks
we didn't get time because we were
because you
gonna
keep
try and do
fighting.
it. Yeah, we were gonna try and do it before the last fight, and then that fight popped up. So it's like I don't want to get injured and pull out of
No.
the fight. And then we was gonna do it after the last fight, and then this fight popped up. So yeah,
Yeah.
so our plan is to get me on the ice to his training session. Hit a few pucks. I've not hit a puck in probably 16 years. By the way, I can still skate. I've done just public skating here and there, but
But no stick and
so
puck. You need the stick and puck.
yeah,
Skating's
yeah.
for the
So
birds.
I'd really looking forward to that. But
That would
then
be
on the
cool.
other on the other side, I'm going to get some of the guys to a boxing gym as well and put them through the paces. So
Oh yeah. I
yeah,
I was injured at this point, but when I was in Germany for fun, they decided to have our hockey team go to this wrestling team and wrestle
all
with
right.
them. And my word, did the poor hockey guys get throttled by the
Just
wrestling
get
guys.
thrown about.
Oh yeah. I was happy I was injured that day and I didn't have to get throttled.
Oh, I
I don't like when somebody makes me their bitch, and every hockey guy was being made their bitch.
Yeah, literally, I'd be a fish out of water. With like, I used to know some MMA guy, train with some MMA guys, and yeah, I went over to California sparring Rampage Jackson, big MMA guy, and yeah, just
You did that with Rampage Jackson. I was a huge UFC fan when I was playing
yeah,
hockey, and like I loved that guy. You
yeah,
train with him?
it was yeah. So my old boxing trainer basically does his stand up as they call it, so his boxing side of things. So we wanted sparring. I can't remember who he was fighting at the time. It was a few years. It was probably about 8 years ago now. So I think he was fighting someone who was more of a stand-up fighter. So he got me in for sparring as a boxer.
Makes
But
sense.
obviously it was just stand up for me. He wasn't he wasn't taking me down and stuff. But he did at one point, just just messing about. But yeah, twisting me up like a pretzel. I was
Yeah, let's just stand. Well, he's a big boy, eh?
oh yeah, Jesus, strong guy,
Yeah.
powerful guy.
Uh,
Yeah.
so you've done some sparring in your day with MMA guys, boxing guys. So who would you say has been the toughest guy to spar with?
Toughest guy. Don't know, to be honest. It's hard to say.
That's what I'm here for, all the tough questions, you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who would be the toughest. Rampage could really punch. He could really. He had a big dig on him. Big guy. But boxing wise, maybe Tony Bellew. Trying to think who else. There's been loads of. I sparred a guy over in Spain. He was called Yuri Kalenga, and he was from the Congo, training over in Spain, and he was an animal. Just kept coming at you. Just yeah, you could hit him with a baseball bat. Just keep coming at you.
And that
Yeah,
brings back a memory for me is tomorrow. So I coached under 13. We won it all. We won all Ontario's, and I had a Savage on my team. I just had him to the shed. Episode 404. He's a Savage.
yeah.
After we won and we had our pool party, he decided he was going to fight me that day in the pool, have a wrestling match, and he would not stop. He would not quit. And we are having he wants a rematch again because he can't beat me still. and we're having a rematch tomorrow. I'm having my whole team to my grandma's cottage. We're having one last reunion before we're all on new teams. And Savage knows the rematch is happening tomorrow. And I'm going to win
He's,
again, Savage.
he might get you. He might get you.
He's an animal, though. He won't quit. That's the problem. He tries to drag me into deep waters, and like he
Uh,
won't stop. Even when my conditioning becomes a problem, like he won't stop.
how old is he?
13.
Oh yeah, you'll get a bit older and you'll be like,
It's going to be a
he'll get
problem.
you.
I
He'll
know.
get you.
I'm not looking forward to that day, but it's not tomorrow. But do you ever get into like helping kids box? Is there kids coming up that you have any time to help out?
Yeah, definitely. So help one of my friends. One of my friends has got a gym, not far from me in New Mills, and a boxing gym. So I go there when I'm not in camp on Tuesdays and Wednesdays to do a kids class
That's
and an
cool.
adult class. So yeah, I go and help out, and I
I
do
can't
one to
imagine being
ones.
those kids and being like, wow, like a European champion is coming and
Yeah,
helping us, That's cool.
yeah. So yeah, I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. Putting something back into boxing, and yeah, I enjoy it because with the youngins as well, they're like sponges. They just learn so
Hmm.
quick. Not like the adults. They're just like
No, the ones that are stuck in their ways.
yeah,
It's true though, coaching kids in hockey last year, man, to see them from the start of the year to the end of the year, and then even watching some of them start this season, since I
yeah,
coached them, it's like they're all dumping the puck in. Like they're not trying to dangle around everybody. The guys
yeah,
I've coached are playing hockey the right way. They're getting it deep and they're going and getting it. And I'm like, exactly, boys. Keep her
yeah.
up.
It's really, really rewarding. It's really rewarding. Watching the progression, and it's good. I enjoy
It's
it.
brought back everything I need in hockey. I do it voluntarily. I put in everything I got into coaching these kids,
Oh,
and
that's great.
what you get back out of it is like seeing the
That's
looks on
good.
their faces when they won the championship. It's like pfft, that's worth all the money in the world.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, take my hat off to you. It's yeah, it's absolutely.
um, do you have any questions for me while I look at my notes to see if I wrote anything else down?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Mm, I don't know either.
I'll have a think.
You guys discuss where this honeymoon may be because your last vacation looked pretty swell.
Possibly. So a bit of a difference. So I wanted to. Well, I'm with my partner. My wife. Sorry. No,
Hmm.
I keep forgetting that. So I really wanted to go to Las Vegas. So we wanted to do it where we have started off with a bit of a party, and then sort of go sort of chill beaches vibe afterwards. So I was thinking Las Vegas and then on down to Mexico maybe.
Hmm. Hmm.
Or yeah, there's been a few places. We was possibly thinking going straight after this next fight to the Maldives, but if you knew me, I'm just like I can't sit still. Apparently, the Maldives is just like
Just
you know
sit
you,
there on a beach and
you
just
just
sit
sit
there.
there on a beach and sunbathe. But I'll be asking her to throw stuff in the water, and I'll be diving in the water trying to find.
Yeah, you need stuff to do in life. It's weird because I'm the
I'm
same. It's like
terrible.
I can sit on a beach and like have some beers, but like then we got to play a game or do something,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've always got to be on the move doing something. Yeah, I'm terrible.
When I'm on a beach, there's usually games that start, and it gets competitive.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Well, I can't wait to watch, and I know you're going to be ready, and I can't wait to
Yeah,
see the underdog win because I mean, I was an underdog through the hockey world my whole time, and everybody told me I was too short, all this, all that, and I did have a career. I didn't make it, but I had a good career, I would say,
yeah,
and I love seeing underdogs win, and I hope you go there and just smash the guy, and I'll be so
definitely,
proud over here. And then I'll
definitely.
have your shorts up in my shed and I'll be like, yeah, I
Yeah.
know him.
I've got the Manchester Storm badge on the shorts as well, which is
That's sweet.
good. So yeah, I'll be repping the Storm,
Well, you
which is
do
good.
have to send me a pair of shorts then, okay? I promise I won't
Yeah,
even smell them.
Are you sure?
I promise. Unless you're a world champion,
I
then I
hope
might
not.
give him a little sniff.
Don't, because I've had that before. I've had that before.
I
I
pulled
had,
out.
I had,
You
I had a
you
guy
did?
message me. Yeah, I had a guy message me years ago saying basically wanted to buy a pair of my boxing boots, and he messaged another boxer who I knew, and he was like, ask him what for, and he was like, he basically come clean that he wanted to smell them, but each their own. Jesus Christ.
Actually. So
Crazy.
you didn't send him the boots, did you?
Yeah, definitely.
You
No.
did. You made. Well, did you know there's a guy with
Yeah,
a
I got 20
tattoo of
quid for
me
it.
on him? There's a guy with a tattoo of me on his forearm. Figure
No
that one
way.
out. Yeah,
No way.
in Cardiff. He put a tattoo of me topless and with muffins as hands. Said,
Oh, is that the one you put in
yeah,
the
yeah,
post?
yeah.
Wow.
That guy got that of me from talking in my shed. And I always bug him because it's like, well, it's a good thing I don't need a restraining order because you're on the other side of the world. Oh God. Well, thanks for making the time for me again. And I think it's so neat that I know a guy fighting for the world championships and that you're
No
also a
problem.
humble, down to earth dude from a good family. And that you know the Storm guys too. It's like it's just cool and I like it. So thanks for
Yeah.
making the time and go run a muck, eh? Go become a
No, I
world
appreciate
champion.
it. Thank you very much. Good to see you again, and hopefully we'll be back in soon.
Absolutely.
Get that title. We'll get the
You got to
title.
get
Have
the
a holiday.
title and then
And then we'll,
honeymoon and then storm shelter and then shed
yeah,
time.
another world
And
title.
then we'll just keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, definitely.
Shed boost. And this has been another episode of Two Hills and Hockey Tales with One Smack and Wally.